Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I considered numerous issues and devices that would alleviate these issues when I thought what I would like to invent. There was the anti-dickhead device for dealing with queue jumpers and people who don't stop at zebra crossings. But I thought, most people aren't actually dickheads. There was the satellite-guided pronunciation encourager, which is an orbital device that fires tasers at people who use the English language wrongly. But I figured that's a bit unfair on people who are trying to learn the English language. Finally, I settled on a device that is both genius and vitally necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, my device is the De-Bollocks Ray. Now, bollocks is all around us, attempting to shield the truth through hyperbole and scaremongering. This device, which takes the form of an earpiece and a scanner to see what you're looking at, is able to hear what you are hearing, see what you're hearing, and translate it for you. And I'd like to present 3 examples where this device would prove incredibly useful. Now, I'd like you to picture the scene for this first example. You and your mates are at a happening club, getting down to the latest banging tunes and heavy beats. Your group joins another group, perhaps there's a mutual friend among you, and you're just chatting, dancing around. But you suspect one of the other guys isn't all he says he is, that he's in fact talking out of his arse. How do you confirm this? With the De-Bollocks Ray, obviously. This will reveal that his DJ set in Ibiza is in fact him doing the tunes for his school leavers disco. His threesome with 2 supermodels was him getting told off in the toilets. And his brags about his manhoods, well, you get the picture. Now, moving on to telly. Telly is another source of enormous bollocks. Advertising in particular. Now, focusing mostly on perfume adverts, the worst culprits for bollocks. You all know the type. They have the same generic music, the same pouting, moping model type spouting the same supposedly philosophical but actually incredibly shallow bollocks. The De-Bollocks Ray would remove this pretentious filth and replace it with a simple voiceover. It smells nice, and it might help you pull more. All you need. Now, perhaps another enormous culprit in advertising are the beauty ads, with their pseudo-scientific bollocks and famous faces plugging yet another anti-aging cream. Again, the De-Bollocks Ray would remove this and replace it with, it's a moisturizer, get over yourselves. And perhaps the final and most important usage of the De-Bollocks Ray is when dealing with politicians. Now, to give this example, I would... Now, to illustrate this example, I'm going to employ a terrible David Attenborough impersonation. Now here we see a subgroup of humans known as Homo sapiens bollocksus, also called the politician. This group will go through extraordinary lengths to ensure its popularity among the rest of the species, employing intense levels of hyperbole. Now some groups can see through this, groups like Homo sapiens privatius, also called the satirist, and they will preach loudly against politicians, and yet somehow politicians are still able to attain positions of enormous power. And when they lead large populations, you would think that this hyperbole would be revealed and they would be rejected. But no, somehow they keep their positions of authority, employing various other tactics and in different levels of hyperbole. Now, with apologies to the peerless Sir Attenborough, what I'm saying here basically is politicians will say what they think wins them votes, be it what they think wins them votes or a spin doctor thinks wins them votes. The De-Bollocks Ray will strip this away and reveal who says what they actually mean, meaning that when it comes to an election, you will be able to make a more informed choice. Now, hopefully, I have been able to tell you of the enormous issue that is bollocks, and maybe, just maybe, my device will remove this toxic blight upon society.